feel like autumn is the season of natural whimsy, but everywhere I look, someone is trying to sell me that whimsy in bottled up form. It's like, you need this brand name pumpkin spice latte. You need this autumnal candle. You need this like wardrobe refresh. Okay, I love having whimsical stuff. I'm not against that, but it's exhausting. It's unsustainable. It's unhealthy, and I can't afford it. But the great thing is, I don't need to. Enjoying autumn and making the most of it comes from how you live this season, not from what you buy. So in this video, we are slowing down and talking about 20 simple, helpful habits that I have found cultivate whimsy and joy and making the most of the season. So grab yourself a lovely cup of tea. I'm having a pot of Earl Grey. Get comfy, get cozy, and let's just chat about how you can make this autumn maximum whimsy without maxing out your credit card. Let's go. So lately in my own life, I've really been struggling with burnout. If you saw my previous video, I actually said that I was going to be doing this elaborate sewing project, and I started working on that and I just sort of crashed and burned on it. I was way too ambitious for what I could accomplish at my skill level, but I am going to return to it once I've got a little more practice under my belt. So please forgive me if you were excited for that video. I'm so sorry to make you wait. Now in my own life, I have been feeling really tired and fatigued. So I'm really hopeful that if that's where you're at today, that this video can be a balm to your soul and inspire you. But even if you're not feeling burned out, I think these habits are really good practices. They're useful tools to have in your arsenal to live a life of whimsy and wonder that I think we were designed for. Some of these things are things that are helping me sort of patch myself together and get back to living life fully. And some of these things are things that I'm like, no, I don't have capacity for that right now. And that's totally okay. Don't feel any pressure like you should be doing all of these things. So let's get into it. Idea number 1 is to daily practice gratitude. You can put a fun autumnal twist on this and think about what are you grateful for this season. But daily, as you're brushing your teeth, you have 2 minutes where you're just going and you're just sort of like head empty, you know, like thinking about whatever. So why not take 20 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, whatever, out of that time to either pray, thank God, or just practice gratitude and just say, I am thankful for whatever mentally. You don't have to say it because you're brushing your teeth. It's kind of hard to talk. So number 2, if you're someone who struggles with getting out of bed in the morning like I am, and I don't just struggle in the sense of like, oh, I'm tired, but I often struggle in the sense of this day feels really heavy and I don't want to get up and face it. Something that helps me, genuinely helps me as someone who is very food motivated, someone who loves food, and someone who loves breakfast in particular, is if I know what breakfast I'm having. So the idea is to plan your breakfast the night before. Now you have to get up when your alarm goes off so that you can make those pancakes, because you don't want to miss them because they're pumpkin pancakes. I love pumpkin pancakes. Moving on, you do not have to go to a cafe to get a pumpkin spice coffee or tea. You can make pumpkin spice syrup at home with pumpkin puree and sugar and pumpkin spice, which if you don't have a pumpkin spice mix, it's just like allspice and ginger and cinnamon and nutmeg. I think that's it. And you just, whatever ratios you like, but I will have links in the description to recipes for those, both those things, but they're super, super easy to make. It lasts a good while in the fridge, and then you can put pumpkin syrup in anything. Number 4, as part of your daily wind down routine, spend some quiet time in candlelight or in fairy lights. I've really been enjoying this lately. Set up some fairy lights in my living room, and they're on a timer, so I don't even have to turn them on. And every night I come down into the living room and hang out and like read a book, or what I've been doing lately is playing Pokemon. But it's so, so nice to just sit in the dark with the little fairy lights. It's very rejuvenating. Number 5, take a daily walk, especially in the autumn when things are changing so quickly, and day to day the leaves will look different. Getting fresh air, seeing the world is so good for us and for your mental health. It's different when you're driving in a car. You don't pay attention in the same way. But if you go out for a walk and you watch the leaves, like you will feel so much more connected to the season, and you won't get that like whiplash when you look one day and realize, oh my gosh, all the leaves. Idea number 6. Every time you go outside, whether you are going out for a walk or something, or if you're just walking out to your car, whatever it is, every time you step outside, take a big deep breath and smell the air. Number 7. I have to fix my collar for this. I just sewed this collar this morning because I needed it for this video. I was like, I need a whimsical Peter Pan collar. And I also was procrastinating on making this. So let me know what you think. I feel a little bit like a silly little guy. It's definitely bigger than I was expecting it to be, but I think it's cute. Anyway, moving on. Wear outfits that you feel cute and whimsical in. It can be so difficult, especially when you're burned out, or if you're discouraged, or if you're having low self-esteem, to wear stuff that you feel cute in, and particularly to wear stuff that you feel is like whimsical and fun, because it makes you stand out, right? It can be really difficult to be different, but I also find that it is really deeply rewarding and really fun. So yeah, wear the cute little outfit. Don't reserve it for a special occasion. Like, you don't have to be going to a pumpkin patch to wear a cute pumpkin patch outfit. And if you're interested in like fantasy core fashion and dressing more whimsical and fantasy core-ish, I do have a video about that up here you can check out. Number 8, this is an idea that I would like to implement in my life. Keep a wonder log. Okay, so it's sort of like a gratitude journal, except that you're focusing on wonder. Maybe you went outside and saw some trees and there was this one bush that was like so vibrantly red, it seemed like the world was vibrating around it. It was so bright. Write that down. And the idea is that the more you focus on those moments of wonder, the more you will start to really perceive the beauty and wonder that is all around us. Number 9, schedule for yourself a daily playtime. Block off a chunk of time. It can be small, it can be large, depending on your schedule, depending on your responsibilities and obligations. This is a time when you get to do something that you love. That's not just sitting and scrolling on your phone. Something that you really enjoy, whether that is art making or crafting or playing video games or reading a book. I think we all need play in our lives as adults. We think it's silly, but we need silliness in our lives. Number 10, listen to a whimsical song and dance to it in your kitchen. So next time that you're cooking lunch, dinner, breakfast, put on a whimsical little tune. That is maybe autumnal. Maybe it's something from Over the Garden Wall, which I love. Any piece of music that you find whimsical and dance to it. Number 11, I love this idea. I really do, and I haven't tried it yet, but I want to start doing it. Start your day by giving it a whimsical chapter title. Now you might be thinking, I feel like that would be better for the end of the day when this stuff has already happened, because at the start of the day, I don't know what's going to happen in my day. Except that I think this is really powerful because it sets the tone and intention for your day. Number 12, use a cute little fall mug like this one or whatever one you have. Okay, so if you don't have one, that is okay. You don't need to go out and buy one. If you have a special autumnal dish, use it as much as you possibly can, because you're only gonna have it out for a short period of time. So use it for everything. This is great for cereal or oatmeal or even soup. Top up time. I have the worst memory. Like, it's really, really terrible. I forget everything, and I don't want to forget things. I want to be able to look back on my life. So the idea is to take at least one good photo, okay? Maybe that's a photo of your cute outfit that makes you feel whimsical. Maybe it's a photo of a ladybug that you found on the window that you brought outside. Maybe it's a photo of something you made, or spending time with a friend. One good photo that you're happy with. and keep it on your camera roll. This is an act of record keeping, and it's also an act of art making and training your mind to collect those whimsical, wonderful moments, to notice them and to capture them. Let's talk now about some ideas for habits that are maybe not things that you would do on a daily basis, but more of like a weekly kind of habit. Let's start with number 14, which is bake your own bread. I love baking my own bread. Filling the house with the smell of baking bread is just very, very cozy and very autumnal feeling to me. And then getting to slice open the fresh homemade bread and eat it with like some butter. Peak autumn coziness right there. Number 15, you don't want to go out and buy artificial scents and spend $20 on a candle. I got you. I got you. All you need is a pot, some water, and some cinnamon or something. You can really put whatever you want in there that just has a nice aroma, and you boil it on low. It smells amazing. Idea 16. If you have the itch and the urge to refresh your entire wardrobe, like I do, slow down. You don't need to go out and buy all new everything. Well, maybe you do, I don't know. Maybe you do, but I don't. I don't need that. When I put a lot of pressure on a thrift trip and try and like find everything that I need in one trip, it can really be a bummer. But if you let yourself go on more shorter trips, then it's a lot easier to find the stuff that you need because you have, multiple chances. And then the act of thrifting becomes part of the adventure. Number 17, write poetry about nature. And maybe you're not a writer, that's totally okay, but I think we are way too intimidated about poetry. They don't have to be good. I'm not saying you need to be John Keats. I hope you're not John Keats, he's dead. Anyway, poetry is a really, really awesome tool for self-expression and processing things because it allows you to think more abstractly. It's a great way to process stuff. So the idea is, if you're interested, set up a weekly practice of sitting down and attempting to write a poem about nature, like inspired by what you see around you in this season, maybe inspired by something you wrote down in your wonder log, or just a moment of wonder that you had in your day or your week. I love writing about the moon. I love writing about mushrooms and like cycles of decay. Like, you can write a poem about anything and there's no pressure, no need to share it with anyone or anywhere. If you don't want to, you can just do it for yourself. On to number 18. And that is to explore your local area for autumnal adventures. So what this is gonna look like is really gonna depend on what kind of area you're in. Recently, my husband and I went out for a date and we went driving out in the country because we were going to this like conservation area to check it out. And on the way, we saw signs for a fair and we were like, yeah, we want to go to the fair. It was literally the last like 45 minutes of the fair before it was closing. And it was so cute. I got to pick goats and it was completely spontaneous. Not everyone is super close to a pumpkin patch, but there's probably an autumnal adventure out there if you go looking. Number 19 is to try cooking or baking something new. Try making jam, try canning something. I don't know. I think it's really easy to get stuck in being like, oh, well, I know, these recipes and I know how to make these things, so I'll just stick with that. But this is a great time to try baking something new, be adventurous. It's okay if you fail. Number 20, the final idea, have a cozy night in. I know, such a simple idea, right? But as I've been really trying to recover from burnout and still enjoy the autumn, I've been having a lot of joy and restoration from just having quiet nights in. Autumn is a wonderful, wonderful time for resting and soaking in the coziness of your own space and being in your own home and enjoying, cozy autumn movies or music or ambiance. As I'm trying to get out of burnout, it's really tempting to just cancel all plans and just stay home and be quiet and cozy, and I need some of that, yeah, but I also need support from loved ones, and I need to get out and do things and like show myself that I am capable and I can do things. Anyway, we've gotten to the end now. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoyed watching the video. I know this was different than our usual fare. I would love to know how you guys felt about this, if you like this kind of video, if you want to see more videos like this from me. If you have any habits to add to the list, share them so that we can all be enlightened and cozified and whimsified. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a gloriously creative rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.